Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching The Breakfast Show here on Nile TV International. And in this segment, we'll be talking about Egypt in the eyes of a foreigner who loves visiting Egypt. And we have the pleasure to be joined in the studio by Sabina Sultan from Azerbaijan. Good morning, Sabina. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Sabahınız hayır. I'm Sabina Sultan from Azerbaijan, Karabakh. My country known as a land of fire. I'm from Azerbaijan and I'm coordinator of Azerbaijan youth here in Egypt. Azerbaijan youth diaspora.
Glad to have you with us, Sabina. So, first of all, tell us, how many times did you visit Egypt? How long did you stay in Egypt overall?
I have been here from long time here in Egypt, and I would like to say to you, I never felt myself here alone. I don't feel myself that I'm in the foreigner country, another country. I feel that I'm in my second motherland. I really fell in love with Egypt from my first visit here.
Beautiful. So, what are the places you like the most in Egypt, Sabina?
If I will tell you that it's pyramid, it will be so common. But I have been in Aswan. It's adorable place. I fell in love with this place. I drank the water from the pure and clean young Nile. I saw many temples, historical temples, and maybe sites, and I felt a dream there.
All right. So, you mentioned that you're the coordinator for the Azeri diaspora here in Egypt. Tell us about the most important activities that you do in that regard.
The most important activities, I'm trying to communicate Azerbaijan youth and Egyptian youth together. We used to gather together and we're sharing our traditions, our knowledge, our education. This is more important things, and for sure our friendship together.
Sure. Now there are definitely a lot of similarities between our peoples, and perhaps one of those areas where we can meet is when it comes to celebration of Eid, for instance, of festivals. So as we are approaching the greater Bayram, Eid al-Adha, tell us about the traditions that you have in Azerbaijan celebrating Eid. Ramadan was only a couple of months ago, so tell us about the differences between Egypt and Azerbaijan and the common areas.
For sure we have our traditional days and national feasts. And I would like to point that 96% of my population of Azerbaijan were all Muslims. That's why this is big feast for us, Eid, Kurban Bayramı. We are used to, early morning we used to go to feast prayers, for sure, like all Muslims. Then we cut a cow or sheep and sharing this meat with the needy people. Finally, by the evening, we are gathered with our friends and family. This is very important feast for us. But I would like to point, when I came here to Egypt, I saw that this here, your family, for example, your mother or dad used to give your money as a present, but we don't have this
it's called the
traditional.
Here,
yes, we don't have this traditional. It's enough for us just the gathering.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So noting this is something that Egypt is special in, and some other Arab countries, which is giving a present, financial perhaps reward or present, especially to the younger members of the family. Now, I understand, Sabina, that some of your work here in Egypt is charitable work. You participate in some charitable activities.
Meanwhile, at the same time, while I'm character building teacher and working, I'm trying to give new generation how to build your unique own character. My work, I love my work, and especially I love work here in Egypt and with Egyptian people. They love so much Azerbaijan because we are so close together. Even our tradition, our culture, even in the language, we have the same words. That's
like
why,
what?
Like what I will tell you. For example, chai. It's chai. For example, shanta. Muallim, Madrasa is the same word because
Really?
Azerbaijan language is an old language. That's why we may have some Arabic words to have some.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. So since you mentioned shay or tea,
Yeah.
so you brought with you here,
Today I
guess,
brought
yeah,
for
some tools or elements of the
Yeah.
tea party. So talk
I
the
brought
Azeri tea party.
Azeri tea. This is Azer chai. If you are pure Azerbaijan, you have to drink tea with no sugar. But next to the tea, you may find some sweets or some fruit or vegetable jam. Now I brought for you our traditional sweets, pahlava. This is pahlava, and next to them it's white cherry jam.
We have this in Egypt as well.
This is white cherry.
No, I mean this is the
Yes,
baklava.
pahlava, yes.
Yeah, I think it's
here used to say baklava.
exactly,
Yeah, yes.
exactly.
And this is Azeri chai. It's very delicious. We used to drink from since our birth until we
Really? So babies drink,
Yes,
Azeri babies
yes,
drink tea?
yeah,
Okay, without sugar?
with no sugar. Yeah.
Okay, and the sweets are...
And the sweets.
Yeah,
We used to bake, this is jam, for example, with white cherry, but you may find any jam with, for example, eggplant, with cucumber jam, with tomato, with vegetables and fruits too.
wonderful. So, what about the dress that you have
Okay,
behind you?
I would like point first. We are very close to our country, even we are far away. First, I would like to point to my necklace. This is my necklace. This is flower called Harı Bülbül. It grows on Karabakh mountains. This is symbol of our victory. So that's why it's always with me. So I may show my dress,
Yes.
national dress. This is national traditional dress. Each area has special color. Because I'm the from Karabakh girl, so I brought for you now red color. If you will find from capital, for example, Baku, Shamaha, Shirvanshah, you may find white color. If it's Ganja, for example, Tovuz, you may find the purple color. Each color you may find, this is area. Nowadays my area is Karabakh, so that's why I brought for you
The
the
red.
red color, yeah.
And this is the remaining items of the dress.
Yes, this is a hat, special hat, but it was before. Nowadays we are dressing only if bride has henna party before wedding. We used to
So
do
you
henna
also
party.
have henna,
Yeah.
and you must have noticed that we have it in Egypt as
Yes,
well.
that's why I thought that it's many
Yeah.
common and in traditional. But nowadays new generation wearing like me, new fashion, new moda. But we never forget our traditions, for sure.
Beautiful. So, Sabina, how do you find the Egyptians' attitude towards you and towards foreigners in general?
For sure, I would like to say thank you for Egyptian people because they are very, very friendly. And their attitude, they are so gentle, especially with me. I always find in my work, with my neighbors, with my friends, with everyone, they're trying to help you, even if they don't know you. So I get, because I have been in many countries and I lived in many countries, but here in Egypt, it's something different.
Great to hear. So tell us about the countries that you lived in, the countries that you visited. Each and every one of them.
I
if you
don't.
will.
I'm traveling because of my family. I used to travel. I was in Russian. I was in Germany. I lived there. For sure in Turkey. It's there, our neighbors. But I find myself, I think, in Egypt.
Great. And we are happy to have you, Sabina. So what is, if we talk about the nature itself, talk to us about the nature of Azerbaijan, the country's nature, and compare it to Egypt's nature, if you will.
For sure, it's different natures because in my country, in Azerbaijan, you may find in the same place mountains, beautiful mountains. In the same, in another street, the same time you may find sea, Caspian Sea. We are located on the Caspian Sea, and the next Caspian Sea, the same time you may find forests. I think it's very rare because not far away between mountains, forest, and sea.
Wonderful.
It's wonderful. We don't have the desert like here in Egypt, for sure. Then natural, you may find it depends of you what you love. If you love to visit Azerbaijan in the summertime, you may find many summer activities. If you love to winter in the winter time, you may find the mountains and a lot of snows. Then you may find a lot of historical places. And
Tell us about some of these historical places.
okay, one of them is like a temple called in Baku, Gız Galası. It's like pyramids in Egypt, I may tell you. You have, if you visit Azerbaijan, for sure you will see it. They're located next to the Caspian Sea. So then, for example, you may find a lot of beautiful places in Azerbaijan. Why? Because our president, Ilham Aliyev, he used to find every beautiful place around the world and he used to build in our country. So no need to travel in other countries, just let's come to Azerbaijan.
All right. So your country is definitely a tourist attraction, we understand.
Yeah, the tourist attraction, different tourist attraction, and not just only for tourists. I'm always trying to run to my country just once, 2 times per year, maybe.
Beautiful. So Sabina, tell us about the message that you carry when you go back to Azerbaijan from Egypt.
The message, for sure, it's Eid coming. I would like to say thank you for inviting me here and to all our Muslim brothers and sisters, happy Eid. Kurban Bayramınız mübarek. It's on Azerbaijan language. I don't have special a message because I don't feel myself something different between the two countries. I'm very happy and I'm very glad that Egyptian people and Azerbaijan people, they're always together like brothers, and they're always supporting each other.
Great. So Sabina, and before we ask you about your plans for the future, let me go back again to some similarities that we have between our peoples. You mentioned in Eid, for instance, some similarities in Eid in the Greater Bayram. What about similarities when or special traditions that you have in Azerbaijan?
Yeah,
in Ramadan, for instance, and maybe in other occasions.
We have special. Okay, for sure we have Ramadan Bayramı, but I would like to point to Novruz Bayramı. It's the feast of the spring, our traditional feast of the spring. It's not close with the religion. It's just our Azerbaijan traditional feast. We used to celebrate this feast 21st March, where we have to cook this pahor and traditional sweets. Then before 21st March, 4 weeks of Tuesdays, we used to celebrate. One of the Tuesday, it's the Tuesday of the fire. Second of the Tuesday, it's the Tuesday of the wind. Third of the Tuesday, it's the Tuesday of the earth. And fourth of the Tuesday, it's a Tuesday of our life. So, and finally, 21st March when it came, and spring is coming. This is our traditional national feast.
Wonderful. So you mentioned at the beginning of your speech that you called your land the land of the fire. Why is that?
Million years before even religion, we used to. Not we and our people before used to believe in the fire, so that's why. And we have a lot of naturals. We have gas, especially gas. We have petrol. That's why our country rich with the petrols and the national resource. That's why we used to say that we are land of the fire, and Baku, the city of the wind.
Okay, and what is the population of Azerbaijan approximately?
I would like to point this very interesting note, because our population, we are 10 millions, we're not big country, we're 10 millions, but around the world we are 65 millions Azerbaijans. That's why we always used to say we are gathering together, we are strong arm.
All right, so those living in the diaspora are actually 6 or 7 times bigger than those living in Azerbaijan. Finally, Sabina, what are your plans for the future here in Egypt and in Azerbaijan, in your two countries?
As I told you before, I love traveling for sure. I love to meet with new friends, new cultures. But nowadays, my plan to stay here in Egypt because I love this weather. I love fruits and vegetables here. I love the friendly people here around me. My plans stay here and show how my country beautiful, to let you know that I'm from Azerbaijan, Karabakh, and to let's be a friend with you too.
All right, it's been a great pleasure to have you with us here on ITV International. Sabina Sultan, the coordinator for the Azeri community in the diaspora here in Egypt. It's your second homeland, as you mentioned. It's been a great, great pleasure, and we hope to see you again, and we wish you a great stay in your second country and all of success for you in the future. Thank you very much, Sabina, and happy Eid.
Thank you. Happy Eid. Eid Adham. Kurban bayramınız mübarek olsun.
Thank you, Sabina. Dear viewers, that was Egypt through the eyes of, I'm not going to say a foreigner, but of a person who loves this country and who considers Egypt her second homeland, Sabina Sultan from Azerbaijan. That is all for this edition of The Breakfast Show, dear viewers. Tomorrow is another edition and a new team. Until we meet again, please stay with Nile TV International. Goodbye.